What an exciting, crazy game that was. Subway series are always entertaining and dramatic. It is Sunday, May 17th, 2026. We are home in Flushing, New York, and CITI-FIELD. About to play the last game versus the New York Yankees. I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets, with a preview of Game 46 versus the Yankees. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe to the Mets Head on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Another memorable Subway Series game I went to was on June 28th, 2009. Livan Hernandez was on the mound for us, and we were facing the Yankees and Chen Ming Wag. The Yankees lineup consisted of Jeter, Nick Swisher, Mark Teixeira, A-Rod, Robinson Cano, Jorge Posada, Melky Cabrera, and Brett Gardner. For some reason, Hideki Matsui and Johnny Damon were on the bench that day. Both had good years, hit like 280 with 20-something home runs. Then for us, our lineup had Daniel Murphy leading off, future Red Sox and maybe New York Mets manager Alex Cora batted second. The captain, David Wright, batted third. We had Gary Sheffield and Fernando Tatis Sr. We would like to now get Fernando Tatis Jr. But so far, we've only had his dad. Then we had F. Mart, Fernando Martinez. Remember him? Then we had Brian Schneider at catcher and Luis Castillo at second base. The most memorable part of the game was in the ninth inning with the bases loaded and Mariano Rivera was up. He had been brought in with 2 outs in the eighth and now had to face our closer, Francisco Rodriguez, F-Rod, who ended up walking Rivera for his only career walk and only career RBI. And then to top it off, Rivera earned his 500th career save against us. The Yankees got on the board first again, this time in the second inning versus Peterson. After Brassman retired 4 straight with 24 pitches. I guess they don't trust him to pitch longer. I would think Myers could pitch much longer than he could. Brassman really is a short reliever, and I think should be used in more important situations. Peterson came in and immediately gave up a double to Chisholm, and Grissom got a single to knock him in, making it 1-0. Peterson also gave up 2 hits in the third. But in the bottom of the third, Torrens pushed Rodon to 50 pitches with a 10-pitch at bat. And then Bench got a 2-out double, followed by walks to Bo and Soto to load the bases for Swaggy V. And on pitch 68, Rodon threw the ball over the head of the catcher and the umpire, and it hit the padding on the back wall and bounced halfway to first base back to Rodon, and he threw it away. And Benj and Bichette scored to give us the lead 2-1. And he finished the inning with 72 pitches. 3 innings, 72 pitches. That's a lot of pitches. I was surprised he came back out for the fourth due to the fact that he recently came back from an injury and didn't have spring training. You would think they would take it easy on him. He then walked Slater on pitch 82 with 2 outs and left him in to face Beatty. Lefty on lefty. I really think they probably should have taken him out to have someone else face Slater, bringing the righty to face Slater. And then seventh grade hit a double over Judge's head, knocking in Slater and putting us up 3-1. Then Peterson got into trouble again in the fifth, hitting Rice, walking Judge, and then Goldschmidt got a hit to knock in Rice to make it 3-2. We answered in the bottom of the fifth with a single by Benj, a walk to Soto, and a double by Vientos. Knocked in the two of them to make it 5-2. Peterson will pitch until the sixth inning and be replaced by Raley. Peterson pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs on 6 hits and 3 walks with 8 strikeouts. In the top of the seventh against Raley, Judge led off with a double, and then a fly ball by Bellinger to right field, flubbed by Benj. And Judge scored, making it 5-3. The misplay by Benj really reminded me of that Luis Castillo dropped pop fly. Except that one was worse because that should have ended the game for a win. That game was on June 12th, 2009. The same year I went and saw Rivera get that walk and RBI and his 500th save. In the bottom of the ninth with 2 out, with Jeter and Teixeira on base, we were winning 8-7. With our closer, F-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez, on the mound. A-Rod popped the ball up to short right field, and he slammed his bat on the ground in frustration. But somehow Castillo dropped it. And Teixeira scored all the way from first, and we lost the game. It was devastating. It was gut-wrenching. I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. I was in a bar in Manhattan during that game, and the whole crowd went insane, filled with Yankees fans. How did he possibly miss it? But anyway, back to this game. Now with no out, Bellinger on second. Raley hit Goldschmidt with the pitch. And then Chisholm attempted a bunt. And it was a pop-up over Raley's head and fell between him and second base with no one getting it. Loading the bases with none out. Raley was removed for Weaver, who struck out the next 2 and then got Volpe to ground out to end the inning with no runs scored against him. We scored 1 more in the bottom of the seventh after a Bichette single, a fielder's choice, and then a Soto single made it first and third with 1 out. Soto then stole second, which was very important because Vientos hit a ground out, which easily could have been a double play, but instead gave us a run. Weaver came back in the 8th, sent down all 3 in the 8th. He ended up throwing 2 innings with 19 pitches, gave up no runs on 1 hit and a strikeout, bringing his ERA under 4. And then Williams was brought in the 9th and put him down 1-2-3 to lower his ERA just under 5. earning his sixth save of the season. Benj was one of the best for us last night. Went 3 for 4 with 2 runs. Maybe they should just leave him there if he keeps hitting. And Ewing is cooling off a little bit. Soto went 2 for 2 with 2 walks. With the win, our record is now 19-26. We're 7 games under last place in the NL East. Picked up a game on Atlanta. We're now 11.5 behind them. But we're moving up in the standings. We now have the 6th worst record in the major leagues, surpassing Kansas City with the Giants, Astros, Rockies, and Angels behind them. The Yankees are now 28-18, 10 games up. Still second in the AL East, still 2 games behind the Rays, but now tied for the 4th best record in baseball with the Dodgers, behind the Cubs, the Rays, and the Braves. It looks like the Yankees changed things up on me and decided to start Elmer Rodriguez, a 22-year-old right-hand pitcher from Puerto Rico. He is 6'4", 177 pounds. This is his rookie season. He has pitched 2 games. He's 0-1 with a 5.19 ERA and has never faced any of the Mets players because the Mets haven't faced the Yankees until now. So I would revert to my regular righty lineup, which I would lead off Ewing or bat him ninth. And then I have Bichette, Soto, Vientos, Bench, Semien. Then I have Beatty, then Melendez, then Sanger. With Holmes being injured and going on the IL for quite a while. So Stearns brought up 29-year-old right-hand pitcher Joey Gerber. He's 6'4", 212 pounds from Minnesota. It looks like he pitched 1 game for us this year. And he pitched 2 innings without giving up a run and had 5 strikeouts. I wonder why we sent him down after that performance. But the part I question is he's doing terribly in the minors. Looks like he started out in single A and was reported to triple A this year. And he's pitched in 10 games only in relief. And he has a 7.36 ERA. And the big question about that is there is someone who seems much more qualified to be brought up because they need a starter, and that guy clearly is a reliever. And that pitcher is Jack Wenninger, who has started 7 games this year and has a 1.08 ERA in 33 innings pitched with 38 strikeouts, 18 walks, though. That's a little high. But he's scheduled to pitch tomorrow, and the Mets will need a starter Wednesday and Thursday. He seems like the best guy to bring up. I have heard rumors that Anderson Severino, also at Syracuse, may have a locker with his name on it. But he's only started 1 game out of his 13. And he does have an impressive 1.1 ERA, but he's not a starter. So it doesn't make sense to bring him up. So I don't know what they're thinking. On the mound for the Mets will be Freddie Peralta, the 29-year-old right-hand pitcher. Is 6 feet tall, 198 pounds. Last year, he pitched in 33 games. He was 17-6 for the Milwaukee Brewers with a 2.70 ERA and 204 strikeouts in 176 innings pitched. This year, Peralta has pitched in 9 games. He is 3-3 with a 3.10 ERA. He also has 50 strikeouts in 49 innings pitched with 19 walks, which is a little high. The current Yankees roster is batting .258 against him with an .891 OPS with 6 home runs in 89 at bats. So what is that, 30-something plus home runs in a year? All right, Metsies. Let's take this series from the Yankees, our crosstown rivals. Until next time, I'm one gone.